Welcome to USA Stars and Stories channel. What lies beneath the overgrown graves of the ancient cemetery? Tonight, we delve into the chilling tale of three friends who dared to enter a cursed graveyard, only to uncover a secret they were never meant to find. Stay with us to the very end for a twist you won't see coming. Legends warn against disturbing the ancient graveyard of Hollow Glen. They say whoever enters after dark awakens the spirits, bound by a curse to protect their secrets. But when three adventurous friends ignored the warnings, they found themselves caught in a nightmare beyond imagination. The Dare. It was a chilly autumn evening in Hollow Glen. Three lifelong friends, Mike, Sarah, and Ryan, decided to test their courage by exploring the infamous graveyard. It's just old graves. What's the worst that could happen? Mike joked as they packed flashlights and snacks. Locals had warned them about the curse, but the trio dismissed it as folklore. The legend spoke of an ancient guardian spirit, bound to protect a hidden treasure buried beneath the graves. Entering the graveyard. The friends reached the rusty gates of the graveyard just as the sun set. The air grew colder, and a strange silence replaced the usual sounds of the night. Ryan hesitated. "Maybe we shouldn't do this," he muttered, but Sarah laughed. "It's just a story, Ryan. Don't chicken out." As they stepped inside, the gates creaked shut behind them. Unusual signs. The graveyard was eerily overgrown, with moss-covered tombstones and tangled vines. Sarah noticed carvings on one of the tombstones, symbols that didn't resemble any known language. Suddenly, a low, mournful sound echoed through the air, sending chills down their spines. "It's just the wind," Mike said, though his voice wavered. "The unearthly presence." As the trio ventured deeper, their flashlights flickered erratically. Ryan tripped over a small, half-buried chest near an unmarked grave. Curious, he opened it, revealing a set of ancient coins. "We're rich," he exclaimed, but Sarah frowned. "This feels wrong. Let's put it back." Before they could decide, the ground beneath them trembled slightly, and the air filled with whispers. The warning spirit. A ghostly figure emerged from the mist, a translucent, cloaked figure with hollow eyes. "Leave now or face the curse," it warned, its voice echoing unnaturally. The friends froze in terror as the figure pointed at the coins. "It's just a projection or something," Mike insisted, but even he sounded unsure. The first sign of the curse. Ignoring the warning, Mike pocketed a coin. The figure vanished, but the whispers grew louder. As they tried to leave, they realized the path back to the gate had disappeared. "This wasn't here before," Sarah whispered, staring at a newly risen grave blocking their path. "The chase begins." The whispers turned to growls as shadowy figures began emerging from the graves. The friends ran, their flashlights barely piercing the thick fog. The coins in Ryan's hand burned like fire, forcing him to drop them. "We have to return what we took," Sarah yelled, realizing the curse was real. The ancient guardian. They reached the center of the graveyard, where a massive, ornate tomb loomed. The ghostly figure reappeared, this time accompanied by skeletal hands clawing at the ground. It spoke. You disturbed the sacred ground. Restore what you've taken, or you will remain here forever. The trio placed the coins back in the chest, but Mike's coin was missing. The final test. Mike confessed he had kept one coin as a souvenir. "Give it back, Mike," Ryan yelled, but Mike hesitated, greed flickering in his eyes. The ground opened beneath him, skeletal hands dragging him toward the tomb. Sarah grabbed the coin from Mike's pocket and threw it into the chest. The ground stopped shaking, and the spirits retreated. The escape. The trio stumbled toward the gates, which creaked open as the first light of dawn broke. As they left, the ghostly figure appeared one last time, whispering, "Let this be a lesson to all who enter." The gates slammed shut behind them, and the graveyard disappeared into the morning fog. The aftermath. The friends never spoke of the incident again, but they carried its scars. Mike vowed never to let greed cloud his judgment. Ryan and Sarah became advocates for respecting history and sacred sites. They later learned the symbols on the tombstones were warnings, written in an ancient dialect, about the curse's origin. Story conclusion. Some places are better left undisturbed. The curse of the ancient graveyard teaches us the price of greed and disrespect. Would you dare to enter such a place? Or would you heed the warnings? The story of the ancient graveyard reminds us that greed and arrogance often lead to ruin. Some mysteries are best left unsolved, and some treasures come at a cost far greater than their worth. Thanks for watching. If you loved the story, hit like, share it, and subscribe for more. See you in the next tale.